Welcome to another video, guys. The new legendary raid fusion is around the corner, so in this video we're gonna talk about Masahiro the Bellmonk, which is gonna be a super important champion for any player's account because this guy is the only really good Shadowkin reviver. In this video we're gonna go through what this champion does, how hard it is gonna be getting, what is it gonna be costing you to actually get him, and when we should be expecting him. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you find it helpful, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be great. And don't forget you can check me out live on stream each Tuesday and Thursday, where I give you guys free account takeovers. And also don't forget you can support the channel for free by downloading Raid through my premium download link and starting Raid the right way with 4 amazing champions as soon as you start. And you're also gonna have 48 hours to use the promo code section for an extra amazing legendary champion. But now, let's get into the video. First off, let's go through the announcement from Discord, and we can see that next Thursday, May 7th, we're planning to launch a champion fragment event of the new champion Masahiro the Bellmonk. He is going to be from Shadowkin, and he's going to be HP type and Force Affinity. A long-awaited addition to the Shadowkin faction, Masahiro the Bellmonk is a tanky reviver designed to protect your team in PvP while also excelling in faction-restricted PvE content. His unique aura opens up interesting strategic options, enabling creative siege composition and empowering niche arena team setups. Built for endurance, Masahiro provides strong heal and protection, helping your team withstand prolonged battles and recover from critical moments. At the same time, he brings disruptive utility to the fight, limiting enemy damage potential and applying crowd control debuffs that prevent opponents from gaining the upper hand. And now let's check out his skills really quick. You already probably saw him if you were interested in him, but still, let me just throw in my 2 cents while we're at it. If you already saw it, you can skip to the next section, but yeah, I'm gonna go real quickly here. Going through the A1, Ring of Dissonance, attacks all enemies, has 50% chance of placing a 30% decreased crit rate debuff for 1 turn. And this thing books out to a grand total of 75% chance, which is definitely not bad, both for waves, against PvE content, and heck, even against PvP. Reducing somebody's crit rate by 30% definitely ain't no joke. Not the most important thing to be doing, but it is a nice little unique debuff you could be bringing to the table, especially against things like Chimera, let's say. On the A2 we have Redemptive Fervor. This thing has a 4-turn cooldown, booking down to 3, attacks 1 enemy before attacking, has a 75% chance of transferring all debuffs from all allies to the target. Also heals all allies by 25% of this champion's max HP and places a 25% strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns. Damn. So not only is this thing cleansing you, healing you, and bringing you strengthen, but also debuffing the opponent you've selected with all of the debuffs your team had. Sounds kinda strong, not gonna lie. The buff debuff's chance increases all the way up to 100. It is gonna cost you 4 books, but definitely sounds like it's gonna be worth it if you're gonna be using this guy. And on the A3 we have Humble Savior, which is a 5-turn cooldown, books down to 4-turn cooldown. Not the best when it comes down to reviving, but still definitely better than what we had. Attacks all enemies before attacking, revives all dead allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter. This skill can be used even if there are no dead allies. Has a 75% chance, booking out to 100, of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn and block buffs debuff for 2 turns. But instead, if you're fighting a boss, it's gonna have 75 chance, books to 100 chance to place 30% decreased speed debuff and a block buffs debuff for 2 turns instead, if the target is a boss. Which is actually super amazing for things like Hydra. So all around, this champion is looking pretty top tier, man. Like, especially for Hydra, surely many players will be begging for a champion like this. Getting yourself healing, reviving, strengthening, cleansing, decreased speeding, and block buffing is actually kinda insane for Hydra. Those are so many checkboxes checked, and even the decreased crit rate on an AoE, definitely nothing to scoff at. Not only that, we do have a nice little passive. All allies receive 1% less damage for each turn taken by enemies and allies while they remain alive. Stacks up to 15%. Each champion's damage reduction resets when they die or between rounds, if there are multiple champions on the team, yada yada. But also, allies revived by this champion are immune to stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, fear, true fear, and petrification debuffs until the start of their turn. This basically means they're immune to hard CC, and this thing resets when the revived ally takes their turn or is killed or between rounds. All around pretty massive champion, this guy, not gonna lie. Not just because he's the only good reviver for Shadowkin, but all around he does look like he is quite the solid champion. So I'd say this would not be the champion you're gonna be sacrificing in order to get yourself the first fusion token champion. I would definitely not dare to skip this guy. He also has a aura, increases force ally speed in all battles by 25%, which is definitely better than most speed auras in all battles, but only for force affinity champions. I don't know, bit whatever, if you ask me. But when we draw the line, this guy's HP based, so you could be expecting to build him above 100,000 HP, so this means the healing is going to be pretty massive, and all around everything this guy brings would be pretty solid. And like I said, I will try to break down how much this guy is going to be costing anybody, and as we know, this guy is going to be a fragment fusion event, which is basically the easiest event to be doing in order to get yourself a legendary champion like this. The last fragment champion we had was Noldua, and here's what that one looked like, and you shouldn't really expect this to be looking much different. It should still be pretty similar to this. You are going to have yourself a grand total of 130 fragments, out of which 20 will be only for a first or second spot on some BS tournaments like Champion Chase or Champion Training, so basically pay to win galore. So basically you will have the chance to skip either a couple of small events or half a big event like a Champion Chase or a Summon Rush. We should be expecting to have both a Champion Chase and a Summon Rush tournament or event, and this basically means that you're gonna need something along the lines of 10 Sacred Shards or the equivalent of such. We should be having ourselves about 3 gear enhancement events, which should cost you a grand total of about 45 million silver, but you don't need to have the 45 mil right now. You could just gather it throughout the entire fusion, which is going to be a couple of weeks, and we're obviously going to have ourselves one of each tournament, most probably an Ice Golem, a Spider tournament, a Fire Knight, and a Dragon tournament. So basically, if you have yourself something along the lines of 1 to 2,000k gems, about 10 Sacred Shards, and even 0 silver, if you just have the gems or the energy, you should be able to complete this as long as you're serious about the game and actually spend enough time grinding. As I told you, you will be able to skip a couple of events or half a big one, and by half a big one I mean something like a Summon Rush or a Champion Chase, but for the most part for me I would be skipping something like a Gear Hunter event or something like that. But we are gonna have to wait and see until Thursday in order to actually know exactly what kind of events we could be expecting. But of course it should not really stray too much further from what we saw for Noldua, which was just a couple of months ago. So yeah guys, all around that's gonna be it for this one. You're not gonna have the champion train champions you get for this guy, you're just gonna have to get the fragment summons, and you're not even gonna be required to actually summon him as soon as the events are over. You will be able to actually save him in your fusion tab for when you actually need some champion chase points, let's say. But for most people, I think this guy is gonna be a quick fuse. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, a like and subscribe would be great, and do let me know in the comments if you guys are gonna be going for this guy. Don't forget to check me out live on stream each Tuesday and Thursday for free account takeovers, and if you want to start raid the right way and support the channel for free, download the game from my premium download link and get yourself 4 amazing champions as soon as you start. Thanks for watching guys, I'm Crystal5, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.